Hey guys, Blackjack VA here, and I know it's been a while, and I know there's been no 100 subscriber special, and I just want to say I'm sorry. I don't know why I didn't. I think I just didn't feel like it almost, but I really should have. I'm sorry. I know we're like past 100 subscribers now. That's truly amazing. Like we just hit 100 subscribers a little bit ago, and now we're at like 130, 40 something. It's insane. So I wanted to thank you guys for that, and I am still working on the 100 subscriber special, so it's not canceled. I really want to get it out, so that should hopefully come out soon, but I don't want to make any promises because I said that before, and, well, look at it now. But I just want to say, sorry for not uploading for a while, but I'm going to get back to uploads now. So, I got to attend an ACE event to look at the behind the scenes of Wildcats Revenge. And I got some really nice footage which I want to show you guys. Also, we got to do a Q&A, and I definitely learned a lot of interesting things about the ride there. So I'm going to share some clips from the Q&A with you, and also share the footage with you. So for starters, let's talk about the station. You can see how it has this very nice red roof. You saw it in the animation, but it didn't look as good in the animation as it does in real life. It's just a really nice color palette. I think it's good, and it really does just look great. Also, from what it seems like from what the queue is, there's like this kind of weird building material. I don't know really what it's called, but it's almost like a bunch of like diagonal lines connecting. You can kind of see it in the video. I feel like that's not normal for like design unless you're adding like lights or something. So there might be some cool lights in the queue. I did also ask during the Q&A if there be any sort of theming, like a history Wildcat or something. And what their response was is how it doesn't really have a theme, but there is going to be some cool stuff added in the station and stuff. So I'm hoping that that does mean that there is like a history Wildcat in the queue, because that would look really cool. And also I'm hoping what they mean by that too is how there's going to be some really cool lights. Probably rainbow, since that's what they've done with both Remix and Cambodian. Now let's get to the fun part of the track. So the underflip is entirely done, and gosh, it looks incredible. It looks a lot taller than I thought it would, honestly. Like, I know it's the tallest underflip in the world, but there's not much of them out there, really. And also, Wildcats Revenge isn't the tallest ride in the world, so I didn't expect it to be too tall. But it looks very tall. It definitely looks taller than, of course, the lift hill, which Wildcat had before. As if you didn't know, the underflip uses the structure of Wildcat's old lift hill. Yeah, if you look in the footage, you can see how there's going to be tons of width from this. It just looks amazing. It's probably going to be the best element of the ride. It's either going to be that or the ejector hill for me. If you look, you can also see a wave turn trying to be built, and this wave turn looks like it's going to give so much ejector airtime. This wave turn, again, is also going to be up there in the ride, because just look at how it's profiled. It doesn't look like Velocicoaster's wave turn or something like that, which still gives airtime, but it's not the most powerful. But this looks more something like Iron Gwazi's wave turn, which just gives sustained ejector airtime the whole way through, and that's just going to be incredible. From what I could see, there also was some work being done on the turnaround, so the turnaround will hopefully be the thing that's built next, which if so, that'll then look pretty cool. And also, there is some track going into the station, so there looks like they're almost done with the brake run, probably. It's kind of interesting just how coasters are built. Like, they don't build them sequentially. They just build whatever. They're like, you know what? Oh, let's build this. Let's build this. I don't really get why. Also, during the Q&A, I should mention how they did say how they're having trouble getting parts. So, because of that, it makes me think how this is probably going to be a late summer opening. Maybe like July or August. Now, I'm really hoping that it's going to still be June since I want to get on this already. But I'm afraid that it might end up being July or August, which would be kind of sad, but at the end of the day, it's a big RMC. I'm just glad it's coming out in 2023. But yeah, so I also believe that the truss, if anyone was wondering why there's no truss or anything yet, there was nothing for the truss at all. And my guess is because since that's the only ride that's like truly 100% ground up, it's probably going to be the last thing they build, which is kind of sad, because it's probably going to be the best part of the whole ride. So, kind of sad it's probably going to be last, but Who knows? I could totally be wrong. I'm not an architect. I don't really know how they build this stuff. But from what they've done so far, it looks pretty amazing. And they've gotten a decent amount of work done too. Now, for anyone wondering about GCI's relationship after this, that was a question asked during the Q&A, and then we just play the footage.
I don't believe so. We still have Lightning Racer, which they are very active with. But no, we still maintain a good relationship with GCI. Yeah.
So, as you saw, GCI's relationship with Hershey has not been hurt. They're working on Lightning Racer still. And who knows, maybe someday they'll even get a modern GCI Woody. That'd be pretty cool. What if they replace Lightning Racer with a modern GCI Woody? It could still be dueling to pay homage, but that'd actually be really cool. Alright, I guess back to Wildcats Revenge. Also, here's another clip talking about how they actually got designs from GCI about Wildcat, but it was with Titan Track.
How close was GCI to getting the job, and how promising was their layout?
I can't say how close they were to getting the job. Their layout was different, let's say that. GCI gave us a couple of different options, not 100% steel track necessarily. They would do more of a hybrid even with the track. So it was a little different, yeah. Certainly we wanted to give them the opportunity just because of the history of Wildcat and GCI.
So my guess is how they were planning on adding an inversion or something, but for the most part it would just stay Woody, but then they'd add an inversion and also Titan Track on the really rough parts. So I'm overall glad they didn't go with GCI on it, and I'm glad they went with RMC, because RMC is just going to overall make a better layout than a half Woody, half steel, one inversion thing. But yeah, so I did want to make this video kind of quick, just get out the footage to you. So now I'm just going to show you some other cool things from the Q&A, which I thought were pretty interesting and you guys might be curious about.
What percentage of the original structure remains?
So we've been told that it's about 60 to 70% they're keeping for that old layout, but it seems the more they're here, the less and less they're keeping. There's a lot more new wood than we were kind of anticipating, and they still have loads and loads of it in the parking lot yet to put out. Three trees. Gave them notice to proceed in March of 2022. We started construction, let's just say September 1st. And we probably had been planning it since the beginning of 2022. What do you say, Greg? But there was an iteration, 2018, we actually requested proposals to RMC, Wildcat, and we just never did it. And then we kind of dusted that off and went back to RMC and said, we want to do it. Give us your best shot at what that would look like. They came back to us with 3 inversions and a little bit shorter of a lift hill, and we said, crank it up a little bit, and then we ended up with this. So we've been kicking this around for quite a while.
What was the exact design inspiration for the trains, and were there any other options considered?
So I'm sure most of you saw our new trains down at IAPA, or at least pictures of them. Our kind of inspiration was that the Wildcat is kind of tearing up or bursting through the old design, the old wooden design. So we have the Wildcats on the front of the trains kind of breaking through that old wooden structure. That was pretty much the design intent from the beginning. We went through a couple iterations of what that cat would look like out front, and ultimately settled on what we have. We did kick around pretty seriously the concept that the eyes of the cats on the trains would light up, but logistically that is very difficult to do. There's no third rail on a roller coaster, so we don't have power.
Speaking of lighting, we'll get a light package like Lightning Racer.
We are still working through our thematic lighting package for the roller coaster. We're pretty definitive that we'll have some LED tracer lights running up the lift hill. Beyond that, we don't really know what we're doing thematically, but we're working through that, so stay tuned.
Alright, well anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to, make sure to subscribe. I'm sorry for not uploading a while again, but I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be soon.